If you have no friends, no girlfriends, and no plans on the weekends, congratulations. You have been given the gift that most men will for. That's 0 distractions. Most guys are broke because they are terrified of being bored. They spend every dollar and every minute trying to escape their own thoughts. Use this isolation. This is your time to build yourself up into a force to be reckoned with. While these other guys are at the club spending money that they don't have, trying to impress people that don't care about them, you need to be here mastering a skill that they will eventually be paying you for. If you're spending this lonely season sitting on your ass, then you get what you deserve. If you want to be lazy, then you'll have a lazy excuse of a life. A year of focus puts you a decade ahead. Don't waste this lonely season. Save this for when you're feeling lonely tonight.
What's the hardest part about being newly single for a grown man?
Realizing nobody cares if you quit anymore. When you were a kid, your parents cared. They made sure you did your homework. They made sure you showed up. Most guys also have a pretty good friend network up until their late 20s with college buddies, then their roommates in their 20s. People notice if you're around, people check in on you, people expect you to show up. And then one day, you're a grown man living on your own for the first time, and there's no support group. You realize nobody's coming. Nobody's making you go to the gym. Nobody's making you clean the kitchen. Nobody's asking you if you're working towards your goals. And that's where a lot of guys get stuck. They mistake that freedom for permission to drift.
I'm a woman, so you're telling me something that I'm telling you is not true. I look at myself as an alpha female. The reason I'm not bigger, I'm not stronger. Lord knows I can't wait till an alpha male comes in my life and takes over. I'm an alpha female because I am the head of my household. So how a man would be a head of his household and run things, I have to do that until a man comes in and does that. Yes, I am an alpha. The bills are paid by me. My kids are taken care of by me. I run everything that goes on in my life and my children's life to a T. Nothing does not move unless it moves through me.
You're lonely, aren't you?
A little bit.
That's okay. What have you discovered about being alone? Seek deep inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
What have you found about being alone?
It's peaceful.
Peaceful. Meditative. So really you don't need a girlfriend. You're okay alone.
In most situations in my life, I've always won, except for marriage. And that hurt.
What does that mean? Because I commend you for stating that it hurt, but what does that mean?
Which part?
That it hurt. Like what is the hurt of it?
The hurt is that I pushed past the ideology of my father. The hurt is I gave it everything that I had. The hurt is fighting against the thought process that everything that you have is not enough. The hurt is, I don't know if I ever want to do this again.
That was my next question.
The hurt is that I choose right.
Yeah.
You know, the hurt is, did I choose right or was I just the wrong person? The hurt is, love for me doesn't leave, but it left. It's a myriad of things it's a myriad of emotions that you could go through when you start talking about the pain of divorce. It is two people becoming one, and now not so much. It is, now I'm bleeding from places that I don't even know how to stop the bleeding.
Didn't know I was cut.
Bro, what does that smell, man? Oh, I used to smell like this. No, my life used to smell like this. 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 Why makes you fucking back it, bro?
I can smell it from here. Oh my God. Dating literally turns into a biohazard hostage situation. And can we just note that this guy was wildly uncomfortable and could already smell it before she even opened her legs? Consent goes both ways. If a man says get off of him, you get off of him. Consent doesn't get revoked just because you got your feelings hurt because your coochie got reviewed by the public health department. You see, y'all need to understand something. If you're at a party and you put your whole lower half in a man's face and his response is, what is that smell, bruv? That is not the time to double down and start wrestling the man like you're attempting to impress Dana White. Just so clear to me that he wasn't flirting anymore, and somehow she found a reason to get offended, like he was supposed to smell that and be like, yes, fish market and the last 10 dudes that have been inside you.
Just watch.
I prefer a man that cheats than one that doesn't have anything.
Okay. Why?
Yes, because actually a man is supposed to be a provider.
Yes.
Listen, a man is supposed to be a provider. A man is supposed to be a provider. So if you don't have, I cannot marry in the name of love and you don't have anything. It can't happen because at the end of most of these guys, when you help them out, at the end of the when they now hammer, they could change them for you. Even some men, wait. Even some men, they don't have. They are still cheating. So it's better you stick to the one you know that you have. And so that you can afford anything. Everything, right? But what I'm going to say is, personally, I would prefer a man that is wadded and he cheats than a man that is broke and is faithful.
If you're a woman, you're supposed to invest before that. You don't wait till the stock is high and then buy it. That's not how it works. Like the reason this share price is so high is people have figured out what it's worth. What you're supposed to do is find something that has value and go, this guy works hard. He's loyal. He hustles. He's thoughtful. He's honest. He has integrity. He's smart. He tries to work on himself. Does he always get it right? He doesn't always get it right, but he keeps getting up. He keeps trying. I'm going to buy that stock. I'm going to sign on with him. I'm going to help him. I'm going to be part of his ecosystem that builds him up. And maybe I'll help him directly, or maybe I'll just help him by being like a soft place that at the end of the day, when he's tired and he's frustrated and he's ready to give up, I'll sit there and go to him, no, you're doing great. You're doing great. Tomorrow you're going to feel better. Let's do it. What is better than that?
If the thought of putting in her place makes you uncomfortable, or if you're scared of that, you're scared of what's going to happen when you put it on ice, you're scared of what's going to happen when you enforce your boundaries or check a woman. If you're scared to do that, you are a simp. If you tolerate the bad behavior and disrespect from a woman, you are a simp. At the end of the day, she ain't gonna do to you. She can't beat you up. She none of that. Stop being scared to put women in their place. They actually respect it. They actually like you more. Stop being scared of confrontation. Stop being scared to enforce your boundaries. You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna respect you if they can walk all over you. So don't be scared to check no chick, bro. She violates you or she get out of line, you check her. And if she don't want to get it or she want to argue and be disrespectful, you make her hit the highway.
I think it takes a strong man to be able to be open to a woman that has her own, that works on her own, that does her own things and doesn't necessarily need you.
And that is not catering to, you know, it's like when you have your own thing, you don't have time to make sure you're this, make sure, because you've got your own pathway.
Yes.
Yeah. And it is a difficult thing. I mean, I feel very blessed that, you know, my husband in his, before all of this, he had to be completely secure with all that was me.
Yeah.
How I thought, how I moved, how I, you know, and it's a rare thing.
Yeah. My mom, that's how my mom was. Like, my mom was very like, she taught me how to cut grass if I needed to, if I needed to change like a tire, like she made me so independent. Like, if I'm coming in a relationship, sir, I don't need you. You're just a plus to me. And I kind of, when I tell my brother, I'm like, you want a woman that is also ambitious, because you don't want to be with somebody that's not driven, that is not going to push you to be better. Because when you're slacking, you need somebody to tap you on the butt, like, hey, you got to get up and come on.
I say a relationship is like a basketball team.
It is.
It's like everybody's got to be able to shoot, dribble, score, and defend. Everybody. It's like you wouldn't pick your team and be like, I only dribble. And it's like, you know, because you never know what life is gonna have before you. You know, it's like you want a partner that is bringing what you're bringing to the table, because life happens.
Yes.
Somebody could get sick.
Life.
Somebody could.
Yes.
Life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
And you had a single mom that was, calling herself an alpha. And I do understand it from the perspective. I started to say, that doesn't make you an alpha. But I think she's thinking of alpha in the sense of if you have, an alpha wolf or like a leader of the pack. I am the leader of the pack. That's me. And I understand that, for a lot of these women, they don't really have a lot of time for guys playing games. But I think what turns a lot of men off is they try to play in the face of good men. They mess around with good men. They say, oh, I don't have any time to do this, and this. I'm an alpha female. I'm an alpha woman. I'm an alpha, whatever you want to call it. And, I make decisions on the regular. I do this, and they talk about all of the stuff that they're doing. But then Chad and Tyrone get in their face and they start playing around. But you don't have no time for the good guy. But then you taking all your anger and your frustration out on the good guy, when you should be taking your frustration and your anger out on Chad and Tyrone. That's your op right there.
What makes a man stop taking a woman seriously?
I think her being promiscuous, too easy. Just easy with everybody. Just easy with everybody. Remember, I just really believe that she's supposed to be easy for you, not easy for everybody else.
Even if he likes her?
That's when it hurt the most, man. Like, even when you really like her, you just gotta understand, man, hey, my chick is easy, or this girl I really like is easy. She's easy. Or she just wants attention from any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just something that men have to accept with terms and understand. It's one of them things.
Do not need men. They are an added bonus and fun in our life.
There is quite literally nothing worse than the guy that you've had wrapped around your finger for so long, finally realising that the grass is greener somewhere else. There's nothing worse. It's just like they were at your beck and call, anything you need, anytime, any place. You just take advantage of it, don't you? You do. You don't even give me the time of day no more. You just don't even give me the time of day no more. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take advantage of you. Come back. Probably got a girlfriend. I know she's getting treated right.
Why did no one tell me that men just don't get told nice things, apparently? Today I told my boyfriend, hey, you're deserving of love. And he cried so hard he got a nosebleed on my new dress.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
I hope you woke up today and somebody loved you. And you know who I really hope I hope it was yourself.
But dating in your 30s, you guys, oh my God. Dating in your 30s is so exciting. It is so exciting. It's a lot like Facebook Marketplace. Just a lot of, is this still available? Could you send some close-up pictures of the damages? And sometimes a guy will come in with a back row hit of, will you accept $25? And the answer is OBO, baby. Come over. Mama's hungry. Let's go.
One of the best things that everybody should look for in a partner is something called psychological stability. The best way to gauge it is after you've had a disagreement or an emotional perturbation of some kind, how long does it take for them to get back to baseline, just get back to normal? If it takes them a day and a half, that's not someone that's not particularly psychologically stable, because things are going to continue to happen. You can't stop the psychological perversions coming in. You can just deal with them more quickly. You're late for a flight or something like that, and that's the rest of the holiday completely wrecked because this person simply can't get over it. That is going to be a very difficult relationship, and it's very poorly predictive of relationship satisfaction. So psychological stability is not only something that you should select in other people, but it's something that you should aim to cultivate in yourself.
Put a finger down if you independent and don't get nigga.
I'm literally on the side of the road in North Carolina, and I don't have nobody to call to help me. And what's crazy is I've been stuck on the side of the road for at least 40 minutes, and ain't nobody stopped yet. And I'm already changing my tire already by myself. Damn. And I just want to say, like, I don't have nobody. Like, what the?
Don't worry, we're in a 45-mile limit.
Why you beg for love from people who don't even care? Why you acting strong when you in despair? You keep saying I'm okay, but I see it in your stare. You've been fighting all alone, now you gasping for air.
I was scared to be alone, I just needed someone there. I've been holding too much in, I got pain I couldn't share. Every time I opened up, they just left me there. Now I'm scared of my own heart, I don't trust it anywhere.
Man, I'm mad at you, but I feel your pain. Every scar you got, yeah, we share the same. It's me versus me in this endless game. And I'm tired of losing. I'm done with the pain.
Let's define short king. 5'7".
Important, yeah.
5'7" to 5'11", I would put you in that bracket of short king. Girls aren't searching for 5'8" boys, obviously, unless you are 5 foot.
Where I take issue is my 5 foot girlies dating my 6'5"s. Because it's not right, that.
Well,
you got to save them for the taller girls, I'm afraid.
Call me old fashioned, call me your mum. I do think there has to come a limit to the fixation that girls have about height. Like, it is ridiculous. You could be missing the love of your absolute life because he's
for 4 inches.
Do you know what? Or 2. It's ridiculous.
My husband is my rock. That man is my safety. He leads, he guides, he protects. And at the end of the day, my husband has the final say. Here's the thing. I cannot expect my husband to protect, lead, support, guide, and then undermine his authority. So I have a voice. My opinion matters. The female intuition is strong, and I have something that I bring to the table there that he never will be able to bring. And he values that, and he takes that into account. But if there's a big decision that's to be made, he has final say. And I respect his opinion just as he respects mine. But I don't want to wear the pants. I don't want to drive the car. I don't want to make the hard calls. And that's his role. That's his lane.
I really don't mean to be a brat, but it's like, when is it going to be my time? Like, I am independent and strong. I'd like to think I have it pretty much together. Like, I'd like to say that I am pretty beautiful. But one thing about me, your girl can't get a man for her life. Her life! I'm tired and I just want to sleep next to my man. I want to read my book next to my man, make my coffee, drink it next to my man, and not go out to the clubs anymore. Like, what the do I have to do to secure the man? Let me know. Stop keeping.
It's exhausting. I'm going on friends. I want fireworks. Am I looking for like a unicorn in a field of donkeys? I'm just picking up friends at this point. And I say this, I haven't dated since November, bar one. It was nice, it was fine, we had a nice time, but just I want sparks, I want fireworks, I want to sweep me off my feet. Am I just barking up the wrong tree? Is that not a thing? Is that just reserved for books and films? I don't know, but I want that. I don't want any more friends.
A single mother of 1, a single mother of 2, the more and more kids that you have and you're single, it gets even worse for you. Because now, bro, you start to date the bottom of the barrel people. You start to date the people that are literally just sitting on Tinder, just trying to like find a way to sleep with somebody. You gonna find the person who has been through a divorce 2 divorces, the person who has a child support, the person who's still on EBT, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying as a man, and if you're freaking like 22 to 32, like you shouldn't be on government programs. I'm not even gonna front to you.
I think most men are lonely. I don't care if you're 22 or 52. I think most men are lonely. We have followers and no friends. We have group chats, but nobody we can call when life gets hard. We have drinking buddies, but no brotherhood. Men are starving for community and purpose. I genuinely believe one of the reasons addiction is so prevalent among mainly men is because we're doing life alone. We're trying to become disciplined by ourselves, get sober by ourselves, build businesses by ourselves. You were not designed to do life alone. The strongest thing you can do as a man is not pretending you have it all figured out. It's having the humility day in and day out to ask for help when you don't.
People like to talk about this graph, hypergamy. Women have it easier because they get to date up. Is this actually the case though? Because I think this graph is misleading and below average looking women have it harder than below average looking men. Yes, the women still have way more options at this level compared to the men, but the way they're treated in that relationship is terrible. Oftentimes they're not even dating that guy, they're just hooking up with them, and then after the hookup occurs, they'll get treated terribly due to post-nut clarity. People don't understand that women crave emotional intimacy more on average, and this graph is only referring to the intimacy, which is what men want more, which is why it's focused on.
Fellas, if you meet a girl and you get her number and you ask to take her out on a date and she asking for you to pay to get her nails, toes, lashes done and pay for a babysitter, leave her alone. She begging. She gonna keep begging. If you go out to the club and you meet a girl and she asking for you to pay for her food and drinks and her friends' food and drinks, she begging. Leave her alone. Lady, stop going out with no money. Okay? You going out on an empty stomach? You goofy. What's wrong with y'all?
You know, you had some women talking about, I would prefer a rich man who cheats over a faithful man who's financially struggling, because at the end of the day, you know, I gotta eat. So we didn't sit up here and spun this narrative that men, you know, we had to marry because of this, and this. But now we're making our own decisions, and now we can do whatever we want. And now we don't have to settle for the man who cheats and the man who's not faithful and the man who's not emotionally available to us, the man who's not emotionally mature. We don't have to settle for that anymore. But you have ladies all over the globe saying, that's exactly what I'm going to settle for. The man who's cheating on me, if he's got money, it doesn't matter. I'm going. So, I mean, it wasn't really for y'all. It wasn't really ever about him not being faithful or financially or emotionally unavailable. It was, now I have a little bit more options. I don't want to have to listen, but I want to be able to take his money. I don't want to have to give him influence over my life, but I want to be able to take his money.
My anxiety literally puts a smile on my face now. Even when I was going through my divorce, like early stages, and I literally didn't think I could make it through another day. Yes, it felt horrible, but it was also some of the most beautiful and grounded and present moments of my life. You don't get to experience that when you're busy and caught up in the momentum of life. You take everything for granted, but when it's all stripped away and you're at your very last breath, it's beautiful. You get to realize what a blessing it is to even get to feel and to breathe and to see and to hear. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
You could have a woman who's like a feminist, and when she gets told, you know, that like, yeah, you got to pay him alimony, they're like, I'm sorry? What? Like, no, he's a man. He could work. Like, he can work. He's the men, you'll get alimony. And you're like, no, gender is a construct, and this is actually, you know, a construct socially. And you're a CFO of a company and he's a really cute long-haired musician. And they're like, yeah, no, I am not paying alimony. He's a man. He's got a strong back. Tell him to get a job. By the way, I've had men in that situation go, yeah, I'm not taking alimony.
Whenever I try to explain my lifestyle to my monogamous friends, I love using the chocolate cake analogy. If I have a slice of chocolate cake and it's absolutely out of this world, I'm going to want to share it with my friends. And selfishly, I get more pleasure from sharing, because sharing is caring, than if I were to hoard it. So the next time you say, I'm way too jealous, I can never share my partner, I want you to think of this chocolate cake analogy. Because hoarding is boring and love is not possession.
I don't submit to no man. I don't let no man tell me what to do. See, the enemy is trying to convince us that submission in the home is inferiority. But this was never about your value as women. This was simply about order and function. Imagine you and your husband, you're driving to your destination, and both of you have a steering wheel, both of you have brakes, and both of you have an accelerator. It's gonna end in a crash. The creator of the car was not trying to oppress the passenger by saying, I'm gonna take the steering wheel away from you. There can only be one person sitting behind the steering wheel. The creator of the car just knows how is the car going to get to the destination. There has to be someone sitting in the driver's seat. God said, I'm gonna put husbands in the driver's seat of the house. But see, my role in the passenger seat is to help him. Do you need some water? Do you need me to turn up the music? Do you need help with the navigation? I'm not just sitting there looking pretty. I am helping us get to the destination. We can destroy our husbands with just our words and our tongue, always questioning his decisions. Oh, took the wrong turn again. If I was sitting in the driver's seat, whoa, we're not sitting in the driver's seat. And we're not going to constantly bicker and criticize his leadership. Our husbands have enough attack from the enemy in this world. The last thing he needs from us as wives is for us to also be a voice of attack. But as a woman of God, I am going to lift up my husband, support my husband. I'm going to honor my husband, speak well of my husband. I'm going to build him up so that we can get to the destination that God has assigned to. Both people need to sit in their seats and do their roles.
So is marriage just a constant test for men?
Yes. Oh, that was so insightful. That question was brilliant. I'm sorry to say, I really am sorry to say, it breaks my heart to say this. Yes. From the minute you get married until the minute you're out of there, it is a constant test that you have to stand up for.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why men are supposed to be leaders. One of many reasons, actually, not the least of which is you have to have the cojones to stand and deliver against a lot of flack.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the big problem is if you're all wrapped up in making her happy, and you know your self-esteem gets tied up with whether she's happy or not, you are so screwed.
Yeah. It's an ever-moving target.
But you, as a man, you cannot have your self-esteem rise and fall based on whether or not the girl likes you. Torturous for you. It will be probably the end of the relationship because then again, you're like her waiter.
Yeah.
After I said I would require a deposit to take me on a date to cover my date preparation costs, I'm now working with an app developer to make this a reality. This is actually happening. We are building the app. I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this is the best dating app you have ever seen, because there is a clear difference here where the woman can set the deposit rate and the man can pay for her date preparation costs. So as a woman, you're going to walk into the date already so happy, and that's going to lead to a better date and a better connection, and that gives the man a better chance of succeeding in courting you.
Oh no, who's gonna tell her? Fine, I will. This is not a new kind of app, okay? This is out there, and lots of websites are out there that do the same thing. It is actually one of the oldest professions. And the bottom line is that I don't care how you cover it up as some sort of new age dating app. Every man and every woman that signs up for this, they know what they're signing up for. A man is paying a woman for certain goods and services. That's what it is, bottom line. And all this is giving other reasoning, like the cost of being able to get ready and to pay for your childcare. It is all just a cover for you wanting to be compensated. I said what I said.
7 years ago, I got married to my husband. And last February, I had an affair. A lot of you guys are asking me why I had an affair. And I think that that's not the right question to ask, because there's not a reason that I had an affair. The question is more like, how did that happen?
If you had to guess who she went on to blame for cheating on her husband, would you guess that she blamed herself, or would you guess that she blamed the husband? She blamed the husband. Long story short, this lady likes to do home decoration. Her husband works as a welder, so he's a very handy guy, right? It got to a point where she always wanted him to help her with projects. The man started feeling like he was being used as an employee. I can only imagine every time this man was off from work, she had more work for him to do. So they started having disagreement about this. The husband felt like he was being used as an employee. She felt like, you're my husband, so you're supposed to help me every single time. After a while, she hired somebody and then started sleeping with that person. And she blamed the husband for it. No accountability in that video whatsoever.
Women don't need men. ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा नहीं हो गया? मैगी है या सूपी नूडल्स?
खा लो चुपचाप. Anyway, why do you men get so triggered by women saying that?
अरे मतलब सबको किसी न किसी की जरूरत होती है.
All that means is that today a lot of women don't need men for basic survival. They can earn money, own a house, ensure their own safety, and don't necessarily need men to provide for them.
ऐसे तो शादी का रेलेवेंस ही खत्म हो जाएगा.
क्यों? शादी तभी तक रेलेवेंट है जब तक एक इंसान को दूसरे की जरूरत हो पैसा कमाने के लिए और दूसरे को पहले की खाना बनाने के लिए.
I don't mean that. But बताओ ना, फिर कोई शादी क्यों करेगा? तुमने मुझसे शादी क्यों की?
Companionship के लिए, emotional, spiritual, intellectual.
हाँ तो हुई ना नीड, loneliness solve करने की.
Maslow's hierarchy में it is a high level of need. And उसमें भी romantic partnership is just one of the ways to solve for it. So basically it's more like a want than a need.
So marriage would still be relevant, लेकिन the basis will change from materialistic needs to wanting companionship.
Simple है यार. When you're looking to marry for survival, तब you can't take the best decision.
जैसे जब आप starve कर रहे हो, तो you will not think about eating healthy.
हाँ, materialistic needs fulfill करने के लिए शादी करने वाला इंसान पैसा, looks ऐसी चीजों को prioritize करेगा.
really form the basis of a strong long-term relationship.
Plus ऐसे रिश्तों में you don't have the power to walk away if something goes wrong.
Which means that the other person can keep mistreating you because they don't have the fear of losing you.
But when you choose to be with someone every day because you truly like them, enjoy being with them,
that's when you build the most beautiful relationship.
I think most men are lonely. I don't care if you're 22 or 52. I think most men are lonely. We have followers and no friends. We have group chats, but nobody we can call when life gets hard. We have drinking buddies, but no brotherhood. Men are starving for community and purpose. I genuinely believe one of the reasons addiction is so prevalent among mainly men is because we're doing life alone. We're trying to become disciplined by ourselves, get sober by ourselves, build businesses by ourselves. You were not designed to do life alone. The strongest thing you can do as a man is not pretending you have it all figured out. It's having the humility day in and day out to ask for help when you don't.
Women that want a provider man really just want to marry their fathers. Like, bro, why aren't you getting bread out there? Why aren't you going to college? Why are you 19 trying to talk about how, oh, I want a provider man? How about you live life for a second? Can't think for yourself? Did God not give you a brain? Feminists do not fight for the right for women to just be submissive. That may be in bed, but that's besides the point. Those of you that are romanticizing your grandparents' lifestyle, understand, your grandma was probably getting her ass kicked by your granddad. You all want to marry your dad, like I'm some 40 type. Half of you probably watch incest porn. You guys are the reason why stepfather and stepdaughter are so popular.
Women don't really need men anymore, unfortunately. And here are the reasons why. In today's day and age, guys think they go to work, they come home, they play their video games, they watch their football games, they hang out on the couch playing with their phone, they go out with their friends, and that is their day. What do women bring to the table? They take care of the house, everything looks great, take care of the kids. Hey, by the way, are we going to the parent-teacher conference? No, mom's going. Hey, did you schedule that doctor's appointment? Mom's got it. Guys, we've got to bring more to the table. If you want to feel needed and wanted by women these days, do everything like they do. Match their energy.
And you had the woman sitting up there crying about, first of all, she, the first video, she was saying that she didn't need a man. And then you had her crying in the second clip there about being on the side of the road. I've been on the side of the road for 45 minutes. I've had to change my tire, yada, yada, yada. This is what men keep on telling you you are going to run into. You're going to need a man to help you at some point in time. Out in the heat, trying to figure out how to do something that you don't know how to do is probably one of the most frustrating things that you can go through. I get it. I understand it. And so do most men. And that's what most men are telling you. You're going to need help at some point in time. So you guys, Y'all go out here and make alliances with complete strangers that are women, and y'all get into the wrong alliances, and y'all go down the wrong direction that'll have you saying stupid stuff like, I don't need a man. If you try to figure out how to make an alliance with a man, like an actually good one, to where you're not pulling all of his resources and trying to drain him, even though y'all are just friends, maybe you could have had somebody come pick you up off the side of the road or give you some assistance.
I'm gonna lie to you, this is insane behavior. Yo, chill, man. That's insane. You can tell he's type annoyed with it too. Like, look at him. He gotta tell us something. If a dude ever did this to a chick performing on stage, I promise you, you might never hear from that man again. They put him under the jail. They make examples of dudes that do like this. But when there's a chick that do some like this, nothing's gonna happen to her. That's the thing. This is SA, period. Right here. This is SA. And this is a violation of homie on stage. My dog Mario, he's just doing what he do. And she's straight up. And she has a wedding ring on. Let's not even, the most important thing is that he got SA'd. But that's a wedding ring. She's spoken for at a concert doing some like this. Yo, I wish if anybody knew who the hell this person was, they exposed that out of her to her husband. But this is why it's not, it's not equal on both sides. And it's funny because women get away with stuff like this all the time because to a man, they're not gonna take it serious because it's a man. But if a dude did this to a woman, that man would never be heard from again.
Why do they always do the hand thing, referring to this little henpeck gesture that girls have been making with their hands? And I thought I'd bring you the answer. Here it is. So the hand thing that the TikTok girls are doing is the hands are closed and pointed at you. And it means, you better listen to me. I am telling you. Me. This is what you believe now. Me. It doesn't matter what I do. It matters what I get, even if I'm not earning it. And someone else can make up for what I'm not doing, even if he doesn't get anything. So then they vote to get, even if they're not earning it. And then when they're getting equal or greater, then they think they're better than you, which makes you icky. And then all the women are looking for a tiny few men. And then no one gets married and has kids and everyone hates each other. That's why I want you to look for things like the bird hands. This is all about giving instructions. This is what we believe now. And they're trying to make you simp, and you can't do it because you lose. We all lose. Bird hands are a sign of desperation. You don't have to be forceful if you're actually in control. So when you see women doing this, they're saying, this is what you have to agree with or you're not in the club. And you don't want to be in the club.
Men play for points. They gotta score. They gotta win. They gotta get the points on the board. They have a vision for their career, where they want to get to, and they're always trying to get to that. So if, for example, a man is always at work and never wanting to be home, he's getting a lot of acknowledgement at work. He's scoring a lot of points. He's being admired. It's respected. It occurs as worth it. Men will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. Admiration and appreciation. It's their fuel. It's what makes what they do worth doing. And so we have to, so much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it. And so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do. So we don't appreciate them.
Wow. We stop saying thank you.
We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you.
My husband is an absolute genius. Let me show you what he did in our basement. Last year, we were finishing the ceiling in our basement, and we have these I-joists. We did not want a drop-down ceiling, but we did want an accessible ceiling. Like any other DIYer, we scoured the internet looking for a solution, but we didn't find anything that we liked. Until one day when this guy came up with a genius idea. He said, why don't we just cut pieces of drywall to fit in between each I-joist because the lip on the I-joist will hold it. My phone doesn't do it any justice, but this is the finished ceiling in our movie theater room. It's literally just pieces of drywall with 2x3s going down the middle. Babe, show them how it works.
The best thing about this is it's accessible. So just to show how it's accessible,
These are just like panels, like a drop-down ceiling. Comes right out of there just like so. We stopped insulation up there because it's a movie theater room and it's very noisy down here when we're watching movies.
I love this because that is a wife that truly appreciates her husband. And you can just tell by the look on his face that he is like super humble. But he loves the fact that his wife is so appreciative of him. By the way, that ceiling really does look good.
Men will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. Admiration and appreciation. It's their fuel. It's what makes what they do worth doing. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it. And so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do. So we don't appreciate them.
We stop saying thank you.
We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. And this is where we take so many things personally that aren't personal. Like single focus, we take personally, he's ignoring me. No, he's ignoring everything but what he's doing, and he didn't have to do that. His brain did it for him. But so there's all these things we take personally, and then there's the things we don't take personally. That what they do for us, they do for us.
When I say I can't make this, I really can't. There are females in the comments right now starting a whole gender war over some ducks, gang. Over some ducks. Are you serious? Like, talk about some men ain't classic men. Men are so heartless, blah, blah, blah. Over some ducks, bro. And I'm looking closer to this about some, he scared them. Nigga, shut the f up, bro. It's crazy too. It was like a big, like, he didn't run through them. He didn't jump over them. It was a huge gap between him and the ducks, and he just ran through it. Easy as hell. Like, why does it matter so much? Why does it matter so much to y'all? Like, are y'all that miserable? Y'all have to just drag our names for any inconvenience in life? It can rain right now, and they'll be like, oh, men this, men that. Like, what? Like, oh, like, their car can break down, and they'll blame a nigga for some reason. Like, they are so miserable. Like, they really just have nothing else to do in their lives, for real. It is insane.
Totally 110%. I think I didn't find my husband yet because all the women expectations is really having the men go into a hole. Because who the is y'all to say y'all want a man that make $500,000 a year? They hide because of y'all unrealistic ass expectations. Send me somebody that got enough to make sure that I got lights on, water running, I'm smiling, and we eating. Y'all asking for the most. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat. I can't even say it right. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat, a yacht, and a crib, and pay for your kids' schooling, your desires, your kids' desires. Like, that shit, you hear how unrealistic that shit sounds? This how a lot of y'all women sound. Ridiculous. That's why we ain't got nobody yet, because y'all scaring them into a damn hole. Please, separate me from everybody else. Husband, come find me. You ain't gotta make $500K for me. You could make $500. If you can make that work all year and I'm eating, I'm good.
In every relationship, there will be tough conversations. Conversations that make you and your partner uncomfortable. But if your partner constantly avoids these conversations by asking you for space, leaving you in the dark to grapple with your emotions alone. If your partner says, we'll discuss the issue when I'm ready, right? Dismissing the urgency of how you feel, that is unfair. Relationships are a two-way street. And if your partner leaves you hanging every time an issue arises, that undermines the point of being in a relationship where two people are supposed to resolve issues together.
Say high status, high value man. Sure. You can't be tied down to just one woman.
I think that tying down is the problem.
Well, maybe I used the wrong, you want to rephrase it for me then?
Just kind of, I guess, being exclusive with one woman.
Yeah. Listen, like, monogamy is great for a woman to be with you. That's the only value that the woman can bring you. But as a man, to be a high value man, you need to have multiple females in your life, and you can't be dependent on one woman's feelings, emotions, and things like that. You shouldn't, as a man, you shouldn't be worried about how great the woman's day was and how many problems she had finding parking. Like, I don't give a f. I have bigger things to worry about. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't think that like having a right woman, being with the right person, can also elevate you and push you to do the next level? Like you were talking about having kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
that happened with my ex. I know it happened with my ex where like I kind of saw a bigger life with her, where like I got the family vision and tied down. But I think that's a phase in your life you go through, and some people get stuck with it.
There was something that Julie Nice was saying, when she went onto the Ask a Brother podcast. She was saying, you can't allow yourself, who you are, your self-esteem, to rise and fall with, her emotions. If you allow that, you're going to be her waiter. You're going to be at her beck and call. When you do that, you take a step back from your purpose, and you can't do that. You take a step back from your purpose, she's going to leave and say, oh man, you don't really have anything going on. I don't have anything. Modern women, instead of taking accountability, they will never blame themselves for what they did. They will never blame themselves for their part in what they got, whatever's going on in the relationship. Oh, you're not the man that you used to be. You're not ambitious like you used to be. I'm not ambitious, and I haven't been chasing my goals because I've been waiting on you. I've been trying to see what you got going on. I've been trying to make sure that you're okay. You've been in a constant state of mental turmoil. I'm trying to make sure that everything is good with you. Are you okay? Take some accountability.